Hello.
It's us again.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we are going to talk about a very important person in our sophomore year when we met. Kelly and I met, and we got along and slowly became friends.
Yes. I took her out of her shell.
Yes, I was very sheltered.
She
Everything
made
was
me a
good.
nicer person.
Yes. And so there was Vicky, her former roommate. There was Lindsay, the silent one who replaced Vicky. And then there was Jen. Start with the hugs.
I first walked into our sophomore year into the dorm that we lived in, and before I even went through the front door, I told my friend Alex that I didn't want anybody to hug me.
No hugs.
I don't like it when people when people that I don't know hug me.
I can hug her.
I've known you for years. It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. And the first thing that happens when I walk in is Jen goes, "Hey," and gave me a bear hug. And it was just...
It was like,
oh, yeah, it was. And I didn't like it. I would have preferred if she hadn't done it.
But she did. But we were like, okay, she might still be cool.
Yeah, and I thought, maybe I can deal with this.
And she had a very pronounced voice. You could hear her anywhere.
Pronounced nose as well.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to go that
She
far.
already hates me. I'm okay if she sees it.
And we also...
I'm getting a phone call.
Are you going to answer it?
No.
Okay. And we also had mice. We weren't technically not supposed to, but we did. We had mice. I had Napoleon, she had Mussolini.
Yes.
And Jen did not like them and called them rats.
Yeah, they're not rats.
They're mice, and they're very different creatures.
And they were very loving.
They were.
And we took very good care of them.
Napoleon swam in my yogurt parfait.
And Mussolini tried to kill everything.
Including Napoleon.
Yeah.
And he succeeded in that endeavor. But, so that was annoying too, because when you have two pets that you love and you care for, it sucks. So, Jen, Jen's room was in an inconvenient place.
Yes.
To put it lightly. The way it was set up, it was Jen. Like, you had to walk past Jen to get to me, to get to Vicky / Lindsay, to get to Kelly.
I was at the end because I was the smart one.
Yes, she was very smart. And when you have to do that, and you have roommates, be considerate. And
It's my foot. Hello, foot.
and if you want to engage in activities which your mother would not want to know about, that means your roommates don't want to know about it either.
Yeah, I don't want to see you
dry humping
your
your
on
boyfriend,
my way to work.
your boyfriends, or
You're not boyfriends.
at the same time.
Watch out now.
Haha, we're not dumb.
Let's be honest. Everybody knew. We all knew.
We all did.
We all knew.
Nothing can be hidden in a dorm. And first she went through Tourette's boy.
Who would speak loudly at inappropriate
To
times.
be like, I want you so much!
Yeah, think
You
Austin
are so
Powers,
amazing!
Like a lot of vagina, except it was with everything. It was, I want to watch the television, or,
I want
you
you so bad it hurts!
yeah.
And then there was man.
Which was, yeah, I mean, that sounds a little more disgusting than I think it was more of a, ooh. Did y'all see that? It was a sound.
See, okay, this is what happened.
Like a raspberry.
This is what happened. We could hear, the walls and doors were not very thick. So if somebody was engaged in activities, we could hear it. That's fine. You can't really, prevent that. But the first time this happened, I'm hearing the usual sounds of squeaky squeaky. And then I hear...
Yeah.
And I was like, something had to have gone terribly wrong there. Like, there is an emergency.
Man down!
like Kelly and I have discussed it. It was either, a heart attack, a queef, a terrible...
A very strong
finish.
Finish.
A manly
Make 'em
finish.
proud.
A manly finish. Anyway,
Kind of finish.
And so we figured it was one. Well, I figured it was the one same thing. I told Kelly,
I
and
feel
she's
like,
like,
it could be like cowboys and Indians.
and so Kelly was like, maybe it was just some weird sound. I highly doubt it was what you think it
Yeah,
was.
it's not one of those things you really think you're going to hear multiple times.
But we did. Every
Oh,
time
yes.
you would hear squeaky squeaky, some verbalness, then it would build, and then it would climax with. And I had to live next to this, hearing it like 2, 3 in the morning, and I'm just like,
Yep.
holy crap. And
And then one time
in the shower.
in the shower, we were not only privy to this beautiful sound,
Well,
but we were also privy to Jen's shower habits
well, because, like, what happened? It started at 11.
and ended at like 3.
3. And I had to share the bathroom with this girl, keep in mind. We had to
Yes.
share the shower and everything. And so after a while, I was like, Kelly, they're not leaving. And so we decided to stand outside the door and see what the heck was going on. Why are you in the shower for
We
3
stood
plus
there
hours?
for a good, what, 15 minutes?
Laughing.
Yes.
Until we heard the and then we
Yeah.
went into hysterics and ran. But what did she say to Cappy in there?
Oh, she said that she likes to wash her hair first.
Yeah.
Because then all the soap can drip down my body and wash it. And,
I almost fell off the bed.
and I didn't need to know it.
Cappy was intrigued.
He was. He
He's
was.
like,
I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
That's so cool.
He also thought he was going to be an Abercrombie and Fitch model, and he was like
He
5
did,
feet
and
tall.
he's like smaller than me, and
He looks like a bulldog.
I wouldn't necessarily say a bulldog. I would say more along the lines of maybe a Santa elf.
An angry Santa
An
elf.
angry Santa elf.
And so we were very nice, though. Like, when we heard them having this very intellectual discussion, we were like, their brains were at such work coming up with these theories.
It's obvious that they couldn't fold their clothing.
Right, and so they thus left it scattered all over the common
Everywhere.
area. So we folded it
And we folded it well.
and put it on the sink. And then they came out, and we were hiding in my room,
And
staring out the peep hole.
And we heard, "Did you fold my clothes?"
No. Did you? I don't remember.
No.
Oh, that's so weird.
Oh my god, I don't remember folding my clothes.
That's because we folded it for
We
you.
did it. You're welcome.
You're welcome because
Wrinkle free.
we really didn't want to see your underwear and clothes scattered
I'm
all
glad it was
over our
clean,
sinks.
But at the same time, still didn't need to see it.
Yeah, didn't really want that.
And what else?
Brownies.
Okay. First,
Kelly's a great
the
baker.
same way.
Kelly's a great baker.
Let me just say that when you live with people, unless it's been discussed that you will go shopping as a group to purchase the food, you purchase your own then, and you keep to whatever you buy.
Right. And Kelly was nice enough. Many occasions she would bake and leave it out for everybody. Mm-hmm. But when you leave it for everybody, that means take a little bit.
Yeah,
leave
it
the rest
doesn't
for everybody
mean
else.
bring your 1,500 friends over and the 5 minutes after my brownies or my pie or my cookies are out of the oven, you bring your little imps over and have them eat everything. It's no good. Doesn't fly.
It's for everybody.
So I decided to get back at them one Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I told Kristen, and I
And
also
Vicky.
told Vicky that I was going to do it. And I
She
got
did
some
it.
Ex-lax. And I
Chocolate.
put it in some brownies. And I laid them out because I knew she'd have her
Vicky and
stupid
I
little
actually
friends
ate it.
over.
We ate it.
And
There was
I laid it
effects.
out. I laid it out. And Kristen and Vicky tried a little bit. Kristen had a little. Vicky had one whole one.
brownie.
And she later told me she was very angry because she got the effects of it the very next day.
Jen got the effects of it.
Jen and all of her friends got the effects of it.
I
on
had to share the
Thanksgiving.
bathroom with her.
So word to the wise, don't eat my food.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we had a fork
Oh,
issue in the apartment
Shortly
where
before the semester ended,
Before this- yeah.
Jen's forks
in
vanished.
April, because it was on April Fool's Day,
The forks vanished. All of
And
Jen's forks.
she was convinced that it was me
I
or
mean,
Kristen.
her forks did disappear.
Every single one of them. It made no sense whatsoever. And she was so convinced that it was us. Like, it started an all-out war.
I mean, war. Like, it was like World War III inside a girl's dorm.
She
I mean, it must have been
came to
peeing
us
us.
separately and was like, "Are you sure it's not yours?" I offered to let her search my room. To this day,
She thinks it's us.
she thinks it's us.
But
it's
it
not
wasn't.
us. Jen, it was not us.
Even though you probably hate us by now.
we don't know who it
we
was.
know you hate us by now. It really wasn't
We're
us.
convinced it was one of her friends.
Who was probably like, oh, this will be funny. Oh, crap, she's
And then
mad.
and then saw how mad she was. So, it was an interesting year.
It was.
And I'd kind of live it again.
I would too. It was hilarious.
But I would come in with a lot more armor.
I'm curious if this is going to keep recording past 10 minutes.
I don't